First of all, it's a great honor to be selected. So many wonderful people being part of this conference and in the Hall of Fame. I want to thank the selection committee for getting me over here. I also want to congratulate the other inductees, their great careers. Sid, I'll start with you. Just because, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. You went to Brazil and found me, got me over here. You forgot to say that when I arrived at Winthrop and I asked you where we were going to play, you were like, "That's fine, we'll be fine." And we have very different definitions of what fine meant at the time. Playing for you all those 4 years and as a grad assistant, that was, it is the highlight of my tennis career. And I started playing tennis when I was 5, and coming to Winthrop and playing for you was just the best thing. Anyone that knows Sid knows how great of a coach he is, but even a better person. I do have one more coaching story. And sorry, Tom, you can't fire him anymore, but it was during my senior season. I got selected to play All-American in Chattanooga, and we were supposed to go there on Monday to play. Sid was still coaching the women's team, and had taken them to Wake Forest for a tournament over the weekend, and we were scheduled to, leave Sunday right after lunch. And 1 o'clock, Sid's not there yet. 2 o'clock. According to him, the ladies did really well in that tournament, and he got there at 5 or 6 o'clock. And so we drove to Chattanooga 5-6 hours. We got there late at night. My match was 9 o'clock the next day. Checking in the rooms. Around 2 o'clock in the morning, the room next door, the alarm goes off. We are calling the reception. We need to do something. I start playing the match the next morning, and tight match, lost first set, won the second, and I'm losing on the third set. And I just sit sitting sort of outside the court, and then the changeover, he comes in, and here I am after, big tournament, and I'm waiting for some big, coaching advice, and Sid comes to me and says, "We haven't been here for 12 hours yet. We can't leave." And I was like, "You know what, Sid, that's right. We worked too hard to leave," and but that was his style. He always had the right thing to say, and he was a fantastic coach, best coach I've ever had. So, thank you for everything, Sid. Also, I would like to say thank you to my whole Winthrop family. Tom, you're here. Brett, current AD, Chuck. You guys always ran a terrific program over there. We always supported the tennis team, and those are some great memories that I have. I want to say thank you to obviously all my teammates. Sid knows we've had some great teams and great battles, and so it was always a fun time. And more importantly, I want to say thank you to God and my family. I have 2 older sisters who, when I was 14 years old, I moved from a small town in Brazil to a big tennis center, and they sort of dropped everything and followed. And I want to say thank you also. I get a little emotional, but to my dad. Lost him in 2020 and in August. Obviously, that was a tough year for everybody with COVID, and even for Winthrop. We lost both programs. But my dad was a big sports fan and loved watching every single sport. And he also obviously knew all the stats of my career. And after I got inducted in the Winthrop Hall of Fame in 2012, he would always call me and be, "When are you getting inducted in the Big South Hall of Fame?" I was like, "I don't know, Dad." It's like, you got to wait a few years. Next year goes by. Well, is this the year? I'm like, no, I don't think so. We got to wait. And then in 2019, he actually, said, Do I need to send them a letter? I'm like, let's just not do that. Let's just not do that, because I don't think that's going to help the case at all. But here we are today, Dad. Without a letter, but thank you. And I want to say thank you to my mom, who's in Brazil right now. She's going to see all that, and she's going to see, did you dress up well? Did you do all the things correctly? Did you thank the right people? And just for reference, my mom is 5'5", but she's a black belt in karate. So anything she said, we listened. But since the beginning, she always taught me. I played my first tournament when I was 8 years old, and she would always say, I don't care if you win or lose. All that matters is that you respect the game. Go out there, try 100%, move your feet all times. And I had to listen to that a few times as I was growing up. But the last funny story is that a couple weeks ago, I was coaching down in Florida. I was coaching a 12-year-old boy, and good player, and I sent her the video of it. Said we'll get a kick of it because he knows my mom. And I was proud of the kid. Kid was making a lot of improvements. So I sent her the video and waiting for the reply. And I was like, what do you think, Mom? And she goes, he's really moving well, but why aren't you moving your feet? So thank you for all the lessons, Mom, and thank you, everybody, for this. Thank you.